All right, great. Um, so my name is Sarah Kantz, and I'm a caricature artist. My company name is Digital Caricature Events, and I'm an Ocala native. Just to give a little background, I started off as a fine artist, and I went to school for studio art. So a very different beginning from what I do now. Basically, I started off as a watercolor painter, and let's see if I can share an image from that. I'm new to Zoom, so bear with me here just a little bit.
No worries.
Let's see if I can share a my very first serious work. This was painted in watercolor when I was about 17 after I had just graduated. So that was kind of the path I was following initially, and I went to school for that. And then after I graduated, I worked a retail job and worked an office job and was kind of trying to find my path. And I moved to Orlando, Florida. And I was just seeking any kind of career in my field in art. And I wasn't particularly looking to do caricatures, but an opportunity popped up to learn how to draw caricatures at Walt Disney World. And I just went for it because I thought, well, what do I have to lose? And I'll be drawing every day and doing creative work. So I kind of had on the job training out there. And we just started off with marker and paper and watercolor paint. And since I was already familiar with watercolor, I was able to kind of pick it up. And it was very challenging at first, going from a studio working alone without an audience to having a constant audience with, you know, the large crowds that Disney World draws. And I'd work out in the park. I'd work in hotel lobbies there along with other artists. And I drew so many people just in one day. And I really started to pick it up really quick after that, just jumping right in. And from there, I worked there for about 4.5 years, and I decided I wanted to start my own business. So I began to take events, so freelance events. I would draw for wedding receptions and company parties. And it really started to pick up quickly. And I connected with agencies who had also put me on events like that. And it was kind of a different ballgame because at Disney, it was more of a retailer. Everyone just, you know, pays per drawing, and in the event setting, it's more like they hire you by the hour. You draw X amount of people per hour. So basically, I just have people sit for me for about 5 minutes at a time, and I start with blank canvas and start with a sketch, and then I put a little ink over that to make it nice and bold, and then add the color at the end. And it all happens in about 5 to 10 minutes, give or take. And yeah, it's really exciting. So from there, I got into the digital platform, and that's where I'm at with digital caricature events. And I work on a Wacom tablet, and I just print out the drawings right there. I just again start with a blank screen. A lot of people ask me, you know, do you have a template or anything like that? No, it's just like the traditional materials where you just start with a blank page and sketch it and ink it, color it, and that's it. And I print out a little 4x6 print, and and then I just have a TV monitor screen where everybody can view the process while I draw. So once I started to freelance, I eventually left Disney, and I started to travel across the country once I got into the digital work. And it's really kind of become like the wave of the future. You know, just even art has gone technological. And I've worked for clients like ExxonMobil and Cisco and Showtime, all different cities, and usually for multi-conventions, trade shows, and conferences. But now I live down in South Florida, and I do a lot of local events as well. So it's a lot of wedding receptions and company parties, corporate events, and bar and bat mitzvahs, birthdays. And it's really exciting. It's a different venue all the time, a new group of people all the time. And, you know, just kind of keeping on going with that. And yeah, and it's just an ongoing learning experience. Just there's always something new you can learn with caricatures, a new technique you can try, just different like coloring technique or stylistic techniques. So it's a lot of fun. It never gets dull, and you're just making new friends as you go.